AI slopification is going to rot your brain from the inside out if you do not just yap. Like, start yapping. Turn on your camera and start yapping to the camera and talk about whatever it is that you want to talk about. And I'm telling you, don't script anything. Don't ask AI for any help at all. You need to have some time. I mean, you don't have to do it on camera. You could do it on your journal. You could do it into the camera. You could do it in whatever capacity. You can type it in, but you need to yap to something, and without the use of any AI, and without any use of like any sort of internet or any technology apart from a camera and a mic. And the reason why I say that is because if you go on the internet, right, like, and a little bit about me, I'm a ghostwriter and a content creator. I have been writing for online for about 3 years, and I actively use AI with my work, not in my work, but with my work. And I'll explain what that means. So, okay, like, I use AI particularly for workflows, and then I might use AI to do some what I call like sketches, very rough sketches of posts or posts. But I make sure that, okay, I'm doing the thinking first and I feed it into AI, and then I let that do the draft. But at the end of the day, I'm still going in there and making sure, okay, does this sound like me? And it takes meticulous care. Like, sometimes I wonder, would it just be faster if I just wrote it myself to begin with, or was it faster with AI? And sometimes there's times where it's like, yeah, I actually don't use AI at all, and I just kind of write it myself. And so there's a way to use it that to me that is actually purposeful and doesn't lead to AI slopification, but also I can see already how important it is to just be able to yap like this, and to actually consume just high quality nutrition, or what's it called, nutrient dense information. And I found it of utmost importance now that if you're going to be using AI a lot, fine, that's great. I'm all for that. But you need to make sure that if you're, especially for the realms of writing, actually, no, I think in general, if you're using AI, because of all the reading that you're going to do, it's very important that you read stuff like classic literature, philosophy. And I'm not talking like somebody like curated and them talking about philosophy. I mean, you need to read primary texts of the Buddha, or you can talk about, or Plato, or whatever, name your guy, or classic literature, I don't know, from, I don't know, freaking Great Expectations, Charles Dickens, whatever that is, or Shakespeare, or whatever intellectual lineage you hail from. Is really important to make sure that you are, yeah, continuing to flood your mind with good quality information. And it's not that AI is like super bad or anything, but because it's really useful. It really truly is. It's made a lot of things easier for me. And that's where you got to be careful. And it's even more important that you spend time to just turn on this camera, or at least I'm finding, or I'm coming to conclude now that it is very important for me to do this. And I mean, just uploading this on YouTube is just a bonus. Like, I don't necessarily really care about the outcome of like whether this gets me 1 million subscribers or not. I mean, okay, that's kind of a lie. I hope, like, there's this YouTuber named Elisha Long, and he literally just turns on the camera and starts yapping about retard maxing, right? that which is pretty cool. But for me, I'm doing this because I think it's like, what's the word? It's I think it's like some sort of, it's like an intellectual existential. Like, to me, in order to preserve my voice and my inner experience, and to make sure that is coming crystal clear, I think it's of utmost importance now, more than in any era in history, that we be able to just yap and just let our thoughts come out. And that's a skill. I've come to find that that's a skill in itself, because you don't realize, at least for me, when I start, it's kind of like writing. When I sat down to write, I thought like, oh man, I just get really bad writer's block. No. It's like, it's really more like a fire hydrant, right? And you need to be able to, or like, okay, how about instead of a fire hydrant, like, like the little hose and the water faucet that you use to water your garden and stuff, you have to open it, right? And let the water out. Well, that's like the first act of writing. And the reason why you can't write onto a blank page is because you haven't allowed yourself, first of all, you haven't allowed yourself to That's probably the first thing, is you haven't allowed yourself to open that faucet. That's a skill in itself, right? And obviously it's another thing to be able to say it clearly, but that's like step zero. You have to be able to know how to, okay, turn on the faucet, let the shit out, right? But it's even more important nowadays, because the thing is, we're just taking in so much garbage, right? I mean, it could be good information, but the signal to noise ratio is just like, dude, it's in the fucking, it's in hell, right? We might, and once in a while, come across like genuinely like important information. Like, for example, like, I have books like Carl Jung, but even sometimes I get caught in doom scrolling, bro. I get caught in doom scrolling. I get caught, consuming AI slop. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck am I doing, right? And so it's really infuriating. I don't even know. I don't even remember if I talked about this. It's really infuriating when I go onto a YouTube video, right? Because I'm telling you, like, I can perceive like any AI use like that now, right? It's really infuriating when I watch a YouTube video, or at least low effort AI use. It's really infuriating when I go on a YouTube video and within 30 seconds I can tell, oh, this guy literally just said, hey, ChatGPT, make me a YouTube video, and then they just read straight off of whatever the fuck ChatGPT first gives them. Garbage, bro. Like, I cannot watch the video anymore, right? And I can tell you, like, not X, not Y, but Z. It's not X, it's Y, or some weird jargon shit like, oh, that's load bearing. Fucking Claude keeps saying that's load bearing. Why the fuck does Claude keep saying that? Somebody tell me why. And so that's why I think it's even more important now to be able to do this, right? And I think it should be time to, like, everybody should be dedicating time to just yap in front of the camera. Because, man, and on the flip side, right? Because I was saying, like, man, I fucking hate it when I come across somebody just reading slop to the camera. It's really refreshing when you hear them just talking like a regular human being into the camera, or just yapping, because it's just like, oh, someone who's actually real, and something that's from lived experience, instead of just this, I don't know. It's like hot cheat. You can have hot Cheetos, right? Or you can have actual cheese, right? Like real cheese, or let's say Kraft singles, and then real cheese made with like fresh whole milk, right? The real cheese is gonna be a whole lot more nutritious. The Kraft singles, it's like, dude, it's like wrapped in plastic. It doesn't even fucking spoil, right? So that's my whole thing right now, and I'm posting these on YouTube. I obviously, I highly doubt anybody's gonna ever watch this shit, but if this makes a difference to anyone, great, because at the end of the day, it is so important. It is so important. I can't even stress it now how important it is for you to have your own voice, and to be in tune with that voice, and to be able to share it with the world. Because in this world of AI where you can make anything, what else do you fucking have, right? Your experience. That's it. And so it's really absurd to me when I'm seeing people online. And again, I want to emphasize, like, I love AI, and I think it could do immense good for humanity. And depending on who I talk to that will get me fucking crucified, right? What I'm saying is, AI is only as good as the person who is feeding it the information, right? It can only be as clear as the person is clear, right? And the quality of the output is only as good as the quality of the input, right? And garbage in, garbage out, and you gotta learn how to shift through your garbage. I don't know what else.